The warmth spreading between my legs wasn't just blood, it was the life of my unborn child slipping away on the cold floor of a meeting room, while my husband's secretary stood over me, laughing. To understand how a surprise lunch delivery turned into a murder scene, we have to go back to the morning I found out I was pregnant. My husband Simon and I were childhood sweethearts, finally married after graduation, but we had struggled for years to conceive. When the doctor confirmed I was 4 months along, I wept tears of joy, eager to share the news. I cooked his favorite meal, packed a lunchbox, and headed to the Gates Group headquarters, naive enough to think I could just walk into his office. I was stopped at the door by Lily, his chief secretary. She didn't see a wife, she saw a threat. Misinterpreting my simple clothes and lack of designer handbags as proof of my low status, she branded me a seductive servant, trying to climb the social ladder. When I insisted on seeing Simon, she snapped. She dragged me into a meeting room, snatched the lunchbox, and dumped the scalding hot soup over my head. The burns on my scalp were agonizing, but I curled up to protect my belly as she slammed the greasy roast chicken into my face, mocking my culinary efforts. The abuse didn't stop there. Lily, fueled by a delusional possessiveness over Mr. Gates, decided to teach me a permanent lesson. She and her minions stripped my clothes off, cutting my dress into rags with scissors while threatening to post naked photos of me online. When I tried to crawl away, she stepped on my hand, crushing it under her heel. Even when a few bystanders tried to intervene, she silenced them with her authority, claiming she was just handling trouble for her boss. Then came the moment that shattered everything. An observant secretary noticed my pregnancy, but instead of mercy, Lily's eyes lit up with malicious glee. She grabbed my hair and slammed my head against the wall, screaming that any woman carrying Simon's child deserved to die. The physical trauma was too much. I felt the sharp, tearing pain in my abdomen and screamed that I was Simon's wife. Lily just slapped me again, laughing at the absurdity of a shabby woman claiming to be Mrs. Gates. As I lay there bleeding out, begging for an ambulance for my baby, the room watched in silence. Lily finally called Simon, but not to save me. She framed the situation as a nuisance, and over the speakerphone, I heard my own husband, unaware it was me, coldly tell her to handle it herself. That permission was all she needed. She hung up, smirked, and dug her high heel into my face, promising to destroy the beauty she thought I used to seduce him. Welcome to share your feelings in the comments section, remember to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more story content, please check out the other videos on my channel.
I overheard my girlfriend say, "He's going to propose tonight. Watch me say no and make him cry." I froze outside our apartment door, grocery bags in hand. My heart shattered. We'd been together 4 years. I had the ring in my jacket pocket. I walked in like nothing happened. Sophie was laughing on FaceTime with her college friend Samantha. "Babe, you're home early," she said, quickly hanging up. That night, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I kept replaying her words. The plan was to propose at her parents' house during Sunday dinner. Her whole family would be there. Saturday was torture. Sophie kept asking if I was okay, touching my arm, trying to figure out why I was distant. I wanted to scream at her. I wanted to ask why. Why would someone spend 4 years with me just to humiliate me in front of the people who mattered most? I barely slept that night either. I kept staring at the ring box on my nightstand, thinking about how excited I'd been when I bought it 3 months ago. I'd saved for 8 months, asked her dad for permission like an idiot. He'd hugged me and said, "Welcome to the family, son." What a joke. Sunday came. I was numb. We drove to her parents' place, and she kept chattering about random things, completely normal. She talked about her coworkers' drama, about wanting to repaint the bathroom, about her mom's new recipe she was excited to try. Every word felt like a knife. How could she act so normal knowing what she was about to do? I gripped the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. Part of me wanted to turn the car around. Another part wanted to confront her right there. But I kept driving. Maybe I needed to see it. Needed proof that the woman I loved could be that cruel. When we pulled into her parents' driveway, she squeezed my hand. "You seem stressed lately. Everything okay?" I nearly laughed. "Yeah, everything's fine." Dinner was perfect. Her mom made my favorite pot roast. I pushed food around my plate, forcing down a few bites so no one would ask questions. Sophie's dad talked about his golf game. Her sister showed us photos of her new puppy. Sophie